With a lap time of 29.868 seconds. It's the 70 of Aaron Smith. Outside front row, missed it by 30 thousandths. It's the 4 of Jaden Hobb. Row number 2 in the third spot. It's the number 3 of
Brian. Little Las Vegas race again.
83 of Brandon Mefford. Starting 5th, William Tyndall. 6th starter goes to Jason Niles. 7th is Neil Quick. 8th starter is going to be Cook Quick. Rick Kelly with Chaos Motorsports. The number 31 will roll from the 9th position. Starting 10th is Chris Wally in the number 51. 11th goes to Josh Braley.
Messed up a little bit on
Trevor Quick
practice, but I won. Backwards. Messed up a little bit on qualifying, but I won practice.
John Osborne in the 44. Jeff No in the 55 will start 14th. Josh Funkhauser in the 81 machine will start 15th. Mike McDonald 16th. Mike Cook 17th. And last on the grid, relatively short field here tonight. 18th starter is going to be the 22 of Matt Cobb. It's your starting grid from Las Vegas Motor Speedway as the field begins to pull away. Once again, race distance here tonight, 120 laps, stage break coming to lap 30. And 65% fuel load and 2 sets of tires over the wall.
Who can button clutch the best?
About a half a lap away from seeing the green flag here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Aaron Smith been on a tear.
I got a good one in there.
Long.
Oh, my motor came back on.
Get ready. All right, man. The pace car is in. Green, green, green. Got one outside. Stay low.
Green flag is in the air. Field coming up to speed.
Stay low. There's a car on the high side. You're clear high. Clear high.
Let's just all get in single file line. We ain't racing. We're button clutching.
Lap 1 in the books. Aaron Smith, to no one's surprise, he leads it from pole position and already driver saving fuel, lifting and coasting into the corners. You hear it get nice and quiet until about the apex of the corner.
Somebody up there smoking.
Fighting here mid-pack. Rick Kelly running in the 8th spot, just ahead of Neil Quick and Josh Braley. Braley to the inside of the 2. Braley shuts the door on John Osborne. Chris Wally in behind, as is the 5 of Trevor Quick. Back into the top 10. Cook Quick trying to track down Jason Niles is here. Niles is starting in the 6th spot, currently running in the 6th spot. We'll see if he's got any defense here for Cook Quick. Doesn't look like it, just lets him go. Cook Quick going around on the high side. Niles just taking care of it.
Williams said, I ain't button clutching.
9 yards.
Stay high.
Let's hope he's not too aggressive in that save.
Stay high.
He's
all
sending.
Clear, all clear.
You can send it straight to that pit lane if we go green.
Business picking up here at the front of the field. The battle for the 2nd spot.
Stay
William
low,
Tyndall goes to the inside on the 4 of Jaden
Clear
Hobb.
high. Clear high.
But lap 6 up on the board as Aaron Smith continues to lead. 4/10 the advantage now over the 62. As Brian McCann takes the spot from...
They are saving a little bit more than needed, though.
Still in the 5th spot in behind these 3-4 drivers.
Inside.
Traffic jam on aisle 2.
There's a car on the low side. Clear low, clear low.
You know, everybody's really saving here when you can hear it even from this camera perspective. The driver's lifting out of the throttle.
Oh my. What did he do, downshift?
Essentially idle and coast through the corner.
Did he break 4th gear?
Forward here, I think Aaron Smith's losing the lead here.
Odd.
Aaron certainly aggressively saving.
He was having pedal problems earlier. I wonder if his
significantly what happened there with the 60
throttle was. He looks like he's back on it now, but something.
Way to 3rd now. 4th.
Oh, he had to recalibrate his pedals. I wonder if something else messed up.
Let's ride on board now with the 62 instead. See what he's doing behind the wheel of that machine as far as fuel saving goes. Frankly, I don't think Tyndall's even going wide open throttle, at least here on the front stretch. Gained a lot of ground on Brandon.
Jaden really dropped back. What's his plan? I don't think it's fuel.
Clutch. Jump on the brakes.
I wouldn't say we're burning tire. I don't know. That's a... Can't think of what he would be doing.
You're right there. We talked about it last week. Tyndall just barely lifting out of the throttle in the middle of the corner this time. Just a different method. Not coming all the way off the gas. Just a little.
Why is he lifting?
Gently.
Got one outside.
Here down into 1 and 2. He's lifting all the way. He's got the clutch pushed in, running 2,000 RPM. Lets the clutch back out. 70.
I can make it, right?
82, 84, 84.
This is starting lap 10.
He does here in 3 and 4 this time. Full lifting.
Yeah.
Good job, man. You're in 1st.
Back out front, Brian McCann is
Are they?
Spot from
Have they done messed their tires up?
McCann fresh off a win last night at the old Atlanta Motor Speedway, the Noble Racing Series. It's like listening to hybrids out here. A motor, and all of a sudden nothing.
Or maybe he was just
Laps in here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
a little extra on it.
0.3 of a second over Aaron Smith. Top 5 relatively settled. Further back, Josh Braley running in the 6th spot. John Osborne in behind him. Cook quick back in 8th. Some breathing room between himself and Osborne. Battle now for the 9th spot. Mike Cook has taken it from Rick Kelly. Kelly's going to tuck back in behind. I think that's just the difference in strategies right now, as the 00 may not be in as aggressive a fuel save mode as the 31 of Rick Kelly is.
Oh, I hit early there.
Jason Nilgis and Neil Quick, both drivers had lost about 5 spots since the drop of the green flag. Neil Quick might be in trouble losing another here with Josh Funkhauser knocking on the back door, about 2-3 car lengths behind the two. Chris Wally in the 51, just now ahead of the 16 of Mike McDonald. Wally's lost 5 positions as well after his 10th place starting position. Loses another one here, settles back to the 16th spot. Just got to wonder, really, where is everybody here as far as fuel save is concerned? How aggressive are these drivers being?
Maybe they're saving enough to race at the end. Ah, that's probably it. Didn't think about that one. Just let me get up here and use all my fuel, then they'll change their strategy like 5 or 10 to go.
Quick still back in the 13th spot. Did lose that spot to Josh Funkhauser.
Because I won't be able to use much extra, I don't think.
March towards the front here, up 3 spots. Big mover so far, though, is the
a little bit.
Mike Cook.
Half a lap, maybe.
If I had to wager, we're going to see him make pit road before anybody else if we stay green. Now he starts.
Jaden fell back way too far, though. 3.5? That ain't what he's doing.
Now just losing another spot here. Funkhauser going around the 88 machine. Move Josh into the 11th spot. Now 1 more to go before he can crack the top 10. Got our usual suspects here in the stream chat tonight. Jerry Krause, Lindsay MW. Thanks for jumping in tonight again, guys. Back out front, Brian McCann still with the race lead, but Aaron Smith, even with fuel savings going on, starting to close the gap once again. It's just under 2/10. Out of turn number 2, down the backstretch. Aaron Smith's going to take advantage of a little bit of a slipstream here. That's going to help the 70 save fuel as well. Brian McCann leading this race, being out in front. First race car to break the plane of air in front of the rest of the field. Granted, we're all spread out here, but it does affect the trailing car if you're close enough. 2, 3, 4 car lengths. It will change the characteristics of the handling of the race car, but will also provide a bit of a vacuum for that driver to race in and save a little bit of fuel. And still maintaining that position, about 3, 4 car lengths ahead of the 70 of Aaron Smith. Just about 10 laps shy of the stage break. I think you're going to see the 70 of Aaron Smith start to push here in the next 7 laps or so, maybe 8. He's going to make a push here to win that stage. Not that he really needs to, but there's no shutting this guy down. He wants to be first no matter when it is. Doesn't matter if it's a stage win, practice, qualifying, obviously the race. Aaron Smith with 10 wins on the season already.
Is he going low in 1? I haven't really been paying attention to that. I'm kind of giving a little arc in, but if he's going low into 1, he's saving more fuel. He's arcing a little bit. Because I did the fuel save line, that time.
Neil Quick starting to reel in the 88 of Jason Nile just once again. This would be for the 12th spot. I know Neil would like to get up into that top 10, maybe score some stage points.
357. .357, perfect. And I run faster lap time.
Nile is up the racetrack. Neil Quick to the bottom here. He's going to take the position away, relatively uncontested. Again, these guys are not going to be super aggressive in attacking for a spot or defending to maintain it. Starting to think you're going to see a lot of drivers opting not to take tires on this initial caution that we're going to get here in about 7 laps to end the stage. Now, they could all make me a liar, and every one of them could bolt on a set of 4 tires. But again, they've only got 2 sets over the wall.
Hey, Aaron, are you watching?
Really need to plan for about 40 laps a set. And that's if you're not going to save a set of tires for late in the race on that off chance.
Or should I say listening?
Again, this series certainly not known for yellow flags. A lot of fast drivers, a lot of clean drivers out here, so cautions are certainly not abundant. So certainly some options comes to pit road here in the next 6 laps. While Brian McCann and Aaron Smith just disappearing from the rest of this field. They've got a 7.5 second gap back to the 83 of Brandon Mefford and really everybody else for that matter. Last lap, 32 seconds was the time for Brian McCann. And you look down at
we gotta go
just 5
more laps, and I got 8 laps in the tank.
28.25 seconds behind. Not sure they're going to catch him.
It is 30, right?
But he is in danger of losing a lap if things do not go well.
Man, I hope it's 30. See if I can click on this thing without wrecking. Yeah, it says 30.
Trying to catch some battles out here on the racetrack. It just seems like everybody's singled out, single file, spread out. And nobody really pushing the issue. The closest drivers on the racetrack right now, 1 and 2, Brian McCann and Aaron Smith. Again, winding down to wrap up this first stage here. Should end the completion of lap 30. Laps to go to end the stage. McCann enjoying still a 0.3 of a second advantage over Aaron.
These guys looking like they might get lapped.
Season, whether it's Aaron Smith or Brian McCann, I've seen it the most with the 70. So he may have the pace to catch the race leader, and but
fortunately, I can't slow up and allow him to have it.
Of that lead car, but he's choosing not to do so. It's easier to drive the car when you've got front end downforce. You get too close, it goes away. Here we are, the lap 29 coming to a close here in this first stage. Aaron Smith closing the gap slightly, cuts about 1/2 tenth off of that time, closes back into a 1/10.5, 1/10 3/4, maybe a 2 full tenths. And like we said, Aaron Smith not in a position where he really needs to win the stage, but I'm sure he wants to.
They may keep it. They might keep it. Yeah, they're going to keep it. I'll back off. Aaron ain't really racing me right here.
Chris Wally and Jeff Noe, the 2 cars ahead of the race leaders here as we get to the end of this lap. They were at great risk of losing a lap here, but as they cross the stripe, the caution should come out.
Brian, keep up the
drivers should maintain their position on the lead lap.
Oh, shit.
Oh, and Wally now side by side. That's going to make it difficult for the leaders to get on by and pass. The caution is yet to come out.
Yeah, it's not working right there.
Caution is out.
Lap 31.
Line up single file.
Leaders have started to slow here, but still no caution. They've got a pretty significant lead on the rest of the field here, and there is the yellow finally. A little bit late.
Yeah, for some reason everything.
Nonetheless, the leaders knew it. They both checked up to make sure they didn't lap those guys. Give them a.
I had to hold my clutch button and try to find it.
Back of the field here, in danger of losing that lap, but good sportsmanship by the 3 and the 70 to let them go.
Turn 2.
It's the pace car. Pit road is now open.
Brian McCann, your stage winner. You're from Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Pass me when you can, Josh, so I don't get a black here. We don't get admin.
Like the pits are going to remain closed. Now they're going to open this time. Leaders come down here, as does the rest of the field. I can imagine they're all going to hit pit road here. Chris Wally came, I think, a little bit early to pit lane.
5, 3.
And he was in a situation where he was in danger of going a lap down at the end of that stage. Leaders let them all go.
That's it, go. Line up single file. Catch the
Ryan McCann's going to be fuel only. Aaron Smith in the number 70. He is going to be fuel only. Looks like Brian McCann might have beat him out, though. Looks like he does. McCann with an 11.8 second stop over Aaron Smith, 12.03. Jaden Hopp, 12.13. Brandon Mefford, 12.03 seconds. And William Tyndall, the 62, 12.47 in the pit box. Again, they were there long enough to get at least the right sides changed without costing them too much time. But it's just a matter of saving that set of tires for later on in the race. Don't want to burn them up now. And Aaron Smith hasn't won 10 out of the 15 races this season by being lucky. It's about being smart. Fast certainly helps. With that, we're going to step aside here, get a quick break out of the way. We'll be back for the restart after this.
28,
I met Marcos Garza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Was there anybody else that was trying to maintain speed that passed anybody?
Doesn't Aaron Smith get an EOL at the stage?
He's going to get a stop and go with 5 to go.
Yeah, it's too early to matter.
Is it really stop and go? I didn't think we had winter penalties.
Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs.
They got to be joking, because he's got like 7 wins.
Transport shipments, full service in-house brokerage, drop lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers, facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Spartan Logistics LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC series. Kyle Steffens, UMP modified and Silver Crown driver, and Cordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws late model. Visit us at spartan-logistics.net and find us on Facebook.
R&R Racewear, your source to
So I gotta go 3+
and home to iRacing apparel. Pick it up today at rnrracewear.com.
Contact!
I hope that's right.
Wins it. A photo finish at the line. Oh, we got a wreck. Will Hewitt's through the trial for the final
5, 6,
time.
7,
And they're
8.
wrecking. Big trouble. Fits it short, sneaks through, and I think short.
All right. 3, so plus 3. Oh.
Get ready.
Confusing myself there. Too much math.
The pace car is in.
Back at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, pace car lights are out,
Green,
getting
green,
ready
green.
for a green flag restart here in just a moment. You'll see the pace car make that hard left down pit lane and wait for Barney the flagman to wave the green once again, get us back underway. Green is in the air. Brian McCann with the jump.
He's sending it.
Top 4 drivers just get fired out of the can.
Let's see what this number says.
Ken, Smith, Mefford, and
It's got to say 28.
your top 4 currently. Hop back.
Ooh, 24.
Mefford going around the outside. Got Ken Couch in the stream chat. What's going on, Ken?
Oh, wait, that's the wrong. That was in addition to the pace laps. I need to see what this one says. So this one's going to say 27.
It's the battle here at the top of the field. Here, the top 3 drivers now: McCann, Smith, and Mefford. Jaden Hop there in
Yeah, we're good.
too far back. William Tyndall, Mike Cook, the top 6.
The car in P6 just set the fastest lap. 30.
We can race now.
0.082.
If my math is right, and boy, do I hope so. I think I can outrun him on old tires.
We've seen happen so many times at so many different races.
Ooh, it updated wrong. I need to save a little bit.
McCann and Aaron Smith slowly but surely starting to check out from the field and doing it against some very fast drivers. Brandon Mefford, Jaden Hop, those guys especially, they're no slouch.
Think about this button clutch a little bit. I need that rear brake though, that rear drag. Well, if he ain't putting no pressure on me, I'll save here.
Field working out of turn number 2.
Ain't no use in getting a bigger lead.
Once again, fuel savings has begun. See just about every week here in the IROC Challenge Series because of the fuel percentages that they're forced to use. Got to save fuel at some point during the race, and many of them are doing it at the end of their very first lap, let alone lap 41. It's a requirement. You've got to be able to save some fuel to make it to the finish.
Oh, I was dead perfect on tires. No wonder it's driving so good.
Battle again, Brandon Mefford and William Tyndall going at it.
All right, this is starting lap 10. Ooh, it's going to be close.
Mefford to the outside had a bit of an advantage, but now Tyndall fights back on the bottom. Oh, slides up the track, almost some contact.
I'm hoping as we go through the run and slow down a little bit, I'll save a little additional fuel, but I got to do exactly what I'm doing right now.
Still watching this fight between William Tyndall and Brandon Mefford. Mefford still hanging on the right rear of the 62.
He's saved and starting to run it now, ain't he? I ain't backing on. I don't know. Not getting a good exit.
Mefford won't go away. Still hanging there to the outside. You know Mefford wants to try and get clear of that 62, but Tyndall dives into the bottom. And now Mefford's got to worry about the 88 of Jason Nilges. Nilges tucks in behind for a minute. A little loose on exit for the 88. On the 62, closing the gap on the 4 of Jaden Hop. This will be for the
maybe dirty air. I don't know.
And air tucks in behind the 4.
Oof, ooh, ooh, come on.
Interestingly, though, it seems that at least in this portion of the run, the field is starting to stick with the top two a little better than
I don't want him to take air off my spoiler. That'll hurt me even more. And he knows it.
aggressive.
He's trying to get to me.
Early on, as we see the battle here now, switching things up here. Brandon Mefford trying to go to the bottom on the 62. Tyndall shuts the door, unable to get alongside. Vincent Short.
I think he button clutched him. He may not be now.
Smith out front. Say it ain't so.
That's smart on that part, on his part. I think I'll have to give up the lead now. I can't do it wide open. I have to button.
You old school guys out there, remember the IROC.
We'll see what it says here.
Race of champions. I think after this season's done, you got to take the top two out of this series. Top two out of another series. Top two out of another series, and so on and so forth till you get about 12 or 16 guys. You can call it the International Race of Aliens.
Not good.
All about the acronym, but you get it.
I have to hit that target, so I may have to give up the lead.
Top six still all together nice and tight. This is good to see. At first stage had me a bit worried. We know that
If I don't hit that target, I'm a lap short.
pace, but it just seems like these guys were trying to save a little more aggressively than everybody else because they've managed to keep pace.
He's backed off now, I think.
Keep them all within within striking distance. I'll get the words right one of these days. Tyndall just slides up
What?
in front of Brandon Mefford.
The high side?
Slide job, tried it again to cut off the 83's run to the bottom side. That was close, almost contact between the 62 and the 83. Tyndall now looking to the bottom on Jayden Hopp. Jayden slams the door on the 62. Real slide, big time slide out of turn two for Brandon Mefford.
His rear tire giving out on him?
Give up. I think he's growing to be a bit frustrated here with the 62 of Tyndall. Aaron Smith's way up the racetrack. I don't know if that was a mistake or if he's just trying to change things up. Open the door for the 4 of Jayden Hopp. Seen the right rear hung out pretty significantly on
He's pulling.
about a lap or so. He's struggling with some tire temperature or handling issues. Nonetheless, he has certainly changed his line here at Las Vegas.
He's using fuel doing that too, right?
Tucks back in
Yeah, man, he's using a lot more fuel. I don't.
for the 70, taking that high lane. Way up the racetrack, trying to get, man, look at that car just sideways through the corner. Jayden Hopp gets alongside of Aaron Smith once again.
Oh, I'm way good on fuel. I miscalculated. I ain't got a button clutch no more. Let's run it.
Yeah, and you just see that thing driving it and yaw. It's fast when you do that, but man, he's going to burn that right rear up, and it's just going to get worse.
Turbo mode engaged.
Then again, maybe that's why he's up top. Maybe it was too loose on the bottom. It's hard to say. It's right on board with Aaron Smith. Let's see how much he's turning to the right to make this thing turn left. Wheels pretty straight. Turn now right at center. He's driving this car with the throttle more than that steering wheel. Again in turn 3. Little left turn to get her in. Steps out. Counter steer. Big time counter steer. Man, oh man. And he's not lifting.
It would help if I could save one more lap, though.
Right rear off.
I'm at my target.
There's not that many guys out in this field that can do that, though. That's impressive.
If I can go one more.
That said, though, Jayden Hopp is taking over
The icing on the cake.
Smith now back to third. May fall into the clutches of William Tyndall here in just a moment. You just have to wonder how much tire temperature Aaron Smith put into his rubber. Running that high line, running it out that loose, driving it off the right rear. I mean, you kind of have to do that. You don't have to do it that aggressively. That was nuts.
I'm trying my damnedest, Derek. She loose though.
With that, we're going to take a chance here. We're going to go HBR TV side by side. Hopefully be back before a next round of green flag stops. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
I met Marcos Garza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very...
Oh, it loves that.
He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Oh, it needs the arc. I didn't think it needed the arc. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Saved it. It actually came out a little tighter that time. I thought it was going to be loose. Pedaling at the whole exit.
You have about 5 laps left on.
'51 pitting. 16 is pitting.
All right, we're halfway to the finish.
Aaron really dropped back, didn't he?
Back at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, you saw it happen during the break. Tyndall taking the third spot from Aaron Smith. I don't think I've seen Aaron this far back in the pack at any point this season, short of maybe a pit cycle.
What? Oh, shit.
We are past halfway, so we certainly don't want to count out the 70 just yet. Green flag pit stops likely to be coming soon.
Got one outside.
31 pitting in.
And here he comes, Aaron Smith. Neil Quick.
Jaden stayed out.
All these drivers going to come down pit road.
I'm at my target, which is what they're calculating too, so.
As well, Jaden Hopp and Niall just stay out of the racetrack.
5, 2.
See if McCann takes tires this time. I'm going to assume yes.
I'd rather do this and gain a lap. 40-35. Them rookie numbers.
The leader is pitting now. That's it, go.
And in the pit box, right sides go in the air.
The car in front is pitting. Be mindful, you only have one set of tyres remaining.
.62 seconds in the box for Brian McCann. Seems that everybody up and down pit road did the same. Took their tires for the first time tonight as we were just past halfway. McCann gets out in front of Aaron Smith with Jason Nalgis, Jaden Hop. They had stayed out on the racetrack. Hop is in the box now.
The car in front is pitting.
Ted Couch in the stream chat says, don't ever take two tires. Well, we've seen guys do it. And I can't necessarily say if I recall seeing it in this Gen 4 car. We've seen some guys gamble on two tires in the trucks, specifically guys like Drew Blaze, and they've made it pay.
Ooh, one lap short.
Sometimes
Alright,
taking two tires.
But we'll slow down though, right?
Things worse. The handle goes away. It's extremely loose. We certainly don't want to make it any worse with this race car.
Yeah, because I'll stop using all that throttle on entry. I'll get back down to 0.40, I think.
Alright, man, good job. You're now the leader.
Brian McCann has cycled back to the race lead. Aaron Smith must have done a wonderful job getting in and out of the pits because he's back to the second spot. Came in as the fourth place machine. Had a good stop, 14.77 seconds. Was an identical pit stop for William Tyndall, who currently runs in the third spot. The time difference really is the in and out. The overall pit lane time for Aaron Smith, 44 seconds, 0.12. So 44 and just a hair over a tenth. That includes the pit stop. Brian McCann was a 44.42 in his pit stop, his total pit lane time. Tyndall, 44.67, so that's where that leapfrog happened from Aaron Smith, taking it back from the 62. So much track position to be gained and lost, getting in and out of the pits. Guys like Brian McCann, Aaron Smith, even Zach Millett. Doesn't race in this series, but it's a name that if you're familiar with HBR TV, you know the name. Driver, it's very good getting in and out of pit lane. Continue to watch the battle here. These four cars all grouped up together as the top two have gotten away.
Is he overdriving or am I underdriving?
16s out of turn number 2. Just outside of Nellis Air Force Base as they roll down the Nellis straightaway. By side now for the third spot, Jaden Hop, Brandon Mefford. Mefford in the high lane, the number 83. Hop down low, the white grid.
I got to start thinking about if I want the high line or low line.
Hop has shown his abilities all season long. Unfortunately for him, he has not been able to knock off that 70 of Aaron Smith. Again, Aaron with 10 wins on the season to this point. Almost feel like Jaden Hop has almost that many second place finishes. Continue to watch this fight here for that third position. Hop takes it for now.
I don't know. I'm going to go low line.
Effort might be falling into the clutches of Neil Quick here shortly. Not sure the situation with William Tyndall as he slipped back to P6 and is losing ground with this group. Meanwhile, back out front, Aaron Smith all over Brian McCann like a cheap suit into turn number 3. Maybe a car length between the 3 and the 70. Come off turn number 4. Going to put lap 73 up on the board. Still plenty of racing to go.
Oh, we got the wall.
Well, that didn't work.
Ooh, that was a weird bounce. I couldn't get back on the throttle where I needed to.
And still with the race lead, Smith's been right there, just a 10th, not even off the back bumper of McCann. This is very different than what we saw in that first stage where McCann was getting out to about a 0.3 of a second advantage, and Aaron Smith was perfectly content just riding there in those tire tracks. Now seemingly a little more aggressive, a little more up on the wheel. Continue to watch this 1 and 2 battle here. Jaden Hopp has separated himself from Brandon Befford and is slowly but surely starting to reel in the top 2. And there will be one more pit stop, I believe, before this one's all said and done. Ken Couch in the stream chat again says, I took 2 tires last year with the next gen car. Finished second in front of Blaze here at Vegas. What it bit me last night in these cars. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, these cars are loose enough to begin with. A lot of times, if you leave the left sides worn out, put right sides on it, it turns just too well. You've got all that pressure on the right front and new front tire. Add the extra power these new Gen 4 Cup cars have. It's almost undrivable. Ken, if you would, let us know if that was the case. I mean, in my experience,
I'm giving it my all.
On in a car that tends to be loose, it tends to make it worse. And I was curious if that's what you experienced.
I'm racing Mr. Aaron Smith himself. Allegedly. I got to go 12 after I cross the line here, so I think I'm good.
Neil Quick up into the top 5 now. Having a strong run, a very calculating afternoon for the 2 of Neil Quick as he runs in front of Brandon Mefford. Tyndall way back in P6. Certainly not having the pace that he had.
A lot of times I just end up getting unlucky.
To change slightly. Temperature really hasn't changed too much, down to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Track temp is a little bit cooler, but again, not by a lot. 97 degrees Fahrenheit here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. That's actually pretty cool considering.
Yeah. I used to have a rabbit's foot.
So there's Ken Couch filling us in here in the stream chat once again. Says it was so loose I had to coast through the corners. It was so sideways down the front straight. I assume you're talking about that was here at Vegas, or if that was Atlanta, I'm not sure.
Like back when I was a kid.
Nonetheless, point made. Check on the 55 of Jeff No. Remember,
I don't know if it was real or not.
This race, him and Chris Wally were battling it out to stay on the lead lap. The leaders let them go. His caution was late to come out, but nonetheless, Brian McCann and Aaron Smith eased off the throttle, let those two stay on the lead lap. Jeff No, well, he's running inside the top 10 now in the 7th position. Putting together a good race. Ken Couch says Atlanta. That does make more sense. Chris Wally also has managed to stay on the lead lap after that first stage, and he's worked his
Am I going to be able to make it?
12. Wally started.
There's 4.
He could make up here.
6, 7, 8. I got to go 8 from here, yeah.
Remember, pit stop's coming about 20 laps ago. We should expect to see these drivers make their final pit stop, I would say, within the next 10 to 12 laps. I can't imagine
I think, right.
too terribly long. You may see some drivers stay out a little bit later than they have to, just to get that extra fuel into the fuel cell in case we have a green, white, checkered finish to contend with. But again, knocking on wood here, 84 laps in. We've only
It just must be dirty air that's slowing him up.
each break.
I think me and him are about dead even.
Again, please, listen, go with me. Let's
got it,
knock
too.
on wood here so we don't cause a problem. Out front, Brian McCann no longer having the 70 of Aaron Smith filling up his rear view mirror, though he's still there in hot pursuit. About a quarter of a second back, one small mistake out of McCann, and I think Smith's going to be there. But if we saw it happening, how it happened in the second run here after our break, you remember Aaron Smith, as the tires got worn and got hot,
I'm going to fire my wheel guy for not centering an offset.
jump up the top of the racetrack, run that high line by the wall. Was very loose for a handful of laps, just trying to keep it underneath him. Slip back to the 4th position before pit stops. We'll see if that happens again here. But as it stands right now, McCann seemingly the dominant car here.
Getting a tad bit touchy.
Seen that happen before as well, though, where the 3 of McCann has dominated a race. When it comes down to the final 15, 20 laps, the final stop, what have you, Aaron Smith somehow pulls a rabbit out of his hat. Manages to take the win.
Got about 5 laps.
First taker on pit road, Mike Cook in the 00. I don't know if this was a planned pit stop or if it was trying to fix some of the right side damage he has on that machine. Lap 88 goes up on the board again. Pit stops coming soon, so don't go anywhere. Neither will we. We'll stay here for this round of green flag stops before we see another commercial, unless caution comes out first.
Pitting this lap. You want pitting?
Hayden Hopp still reeling in these top 2, just laying laps down, lap after lap after lap.
Is he going to have to...
This lap for Jaden Hopp, a 31.
Is he going to try to pass me on pit entry? He's probably better than me on pit entry.
Still faster than even the race leader, Brian McCann, by about 0.04 of a second. Just about a full 10th faster than Aaron Smith. Chris Wally in the pits.
That might be where this race is won or lost.
Just about where we're expecting to start to see drivers come down and make this final pit stop of the race. Should be good to go all the way to the finish. Again, we don't know if they're going to be able to make it if there's a green, white, checkered, or NASCAR overtime for that matter. But the way this race is gone,
Oh shit, I ain't going to make it on the lap I need to make it.
you got to hedge your bets. We are at Vegas after all.
Yeah, well, yep, maybe.
A little bit, pit now.
Damn, it's going to run out of fuel on pit road though.
Position, trying to work the undercut on the rest of the field. Once again, let's talk about it. I know we've got some veteran race fans in here that know what that means, that know what undercut means. But there might be some that don't, and hopefully there's some that don't, because, well, I'm going to explain it.
Should have saved a little.
I feel like I do this every week, but that's okay. Fox and NBC can do it, so can I. So the undercut. Be the first driver to pit last. Okay, we've talked about that with road racing. It's very common and a very popular strategy in road racing. Be the first driver to come down pit road for your final stop. That way everybody else has to do it after you. The reason that's an advantage, especially on tracks that are notorious for tune-up tires. Atlanta Motor Speedway, the old version.
Slow him up a little.
Of course, Darlington.
He passed me.
Motor Speedway starting to show some age as well, as there's a bit of fall off here. We're almost a second.
Damn, I'm speeding. Oh, I thought it was 50.
McCann's going to pull down.
There you go, Derek. That's how you lose.
Going to try and go with him. That was close, and Aaron Smith's locked.
I thought I saw 50, and I saw it was 55.
Hold that.
And then I thought he was wrecking.
Pit lane here, Aaron.
Oh.
Right
race
here.
lead as they get to pit lane. I'm just curious if they got slowed down in time. Aaron Smith had to lock him up.
Oh, man. I was out of fuel, and that was tough.
It seemed like a last-minute decision when he saw
I told you he was going to be won or lost on
pulling off
pit
the
road.
racetrack. Right sides for McCann for sure. Right sides for Aaron Smith. 4 tires and fuel for Aaron Smith. 4 tires and fuel for Brian McCann.
44 pitting this
Drops the jack. Waiting on fuel. Oh, no. Brian McCann too fast entering. We talked about this early on, how something usually happens here when he's so dominant.
I mean, I could have hit the speed limit all day. I was slow as hell getting in. He was fast. Hell, he passed me.
Brian McCann,
that was just a huge mistake.
On pit entry. I'm sure it's happened, but it doesn't happen often. Brian McCann's.
I told you every time it's something like that.
Out the window. Aaron Smith back on the racetrack with the race lead here is Brian McCann just now leaving pit lane.
The car in P5.
Not even. He's still in the pits. 14:75 was the.
I should have not tried clutching it. I guess that
25 was how long he spent in the box. Again, a 40-second penalty.
I was unsure what it was going to do with the clutch pushed in braking.
70 Aaron Smith that got popped, but not the case. He got in clean.
Because I wanted to have a little bit of fuel to sputter to my
Smith
pit box. Otherwise, he's going to pass me going down the strip.
This is in pit lane, so Smith's going to cycle back to the race lead.
30.15.
Man, that's a tough break for Brian McCann. Thought he had an opportunity here.
I guess, how many laps am I down?
One last night at Atlanta, the Noble Ring.
I'm only 1 lap down.
4 days in a row, but it's not to be.
If I can, I got 3 drivers in front of me in first place.
So now it's Aaron Smith and Jaden Hopp. Hopp in the second spot, 1.3 seconds back.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 5.3 seconds. Car 70 has taken the lead.
Just got to shake your head. For Brian McCann, he's got to be punching the steering wheel.
Nah, there just ain't nothing I can do here. My hope was maybe a caution come out, but
take our final.
even still, I'll be. If I can pass the 3 guys in front of me, then I'll be lucky dog starting in the back. I'm screwed.
For St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Ain't no coming back after that.
Raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust.
Oh, well.
He is just a genuine guy.
Maybe I should just put a timer on the streams, like the first 40 minutes, and then cut off.
You need somebody that cares about you.
Do it. Whoops, lost my connection.
That's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
I'm digging, but I'm doing it one-handed.
You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 1.7 seconds. Go on outside. You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 5.2 seconds. You're clear high, clear high.
Well, this is the last race of the week, too. No race tomorrow.
30.87.
I bet the broadcast had some nice words for me. Not only did he get passed on pit entrance, he sped. Oh, you should, Derek. I'm thinking about going to sleep right now. Nah, not gonna punch this expensive thing.
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 2.1 seconds.
See what my tire wear was, though. Oh, I was burning them perfect. 1% off. You cannot get any better other than equal. I don't know why I was going 50. I mean, I heard the beeps, beep, 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 but it just wasn't working. I was so focused on Aaron because I thought he was going to wreck. Right at the line there, he got squirrely.
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 3.6 seconds.
Yeah, I became, I got tunnel vision. That was my mistake.
Still with the race lead, but look who's coming. The 4 of Jaden Hopp is there.
I started watching him instead of focusing on me.
Second, if you're going to be specific. Coming to 17 laps to go. Jaden Hopp has closed the gap. And the 4 of Jaden Hopp.
Rule number 1, don't get tunnel vision unless you're focusing on the track
Finishes
and driving.
Win away from Aaron Smith. Prevent the 70 from getting yet an 11th win on this season.
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 5.6 seconds. The leader just did a 30.948.
Jaden's right there with him too. That would have been a 3-way race with all of us.
Identical lap times.
And that would have been a good race too.
30.95 out of Aaron Smith and 30.94 out of Jaden Hopp.
You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 3.9 seconds.
16 laps to go.
You just witnessed it.
It's Aaron Smith, your race leader. Jaden Hopp running second. Brandon Mefford back in the 3rd position.
But me, Jaden, and Aaron are so close speed-wise. I bet whoever the leader was, as long as they didn't make a mistake, could probably...
In the 5th spot.
My bets are on Aaron right now because I'm assuming that dirty air
Up in the 6th position.
is hard to deal with.
Right front damage. Battle here.
Like Jaden and Aaron are super close in speed.
Funkhauser and Rick Kelly. Funkhauser gets clear of the 31. Mike
They
McDonald.
both bit at the same lap. So yeah, they're going to be racing up there.
Gary Krause makes a good point.
Ooh, I can even watch the broadcast.
Or second is making Smith work for it. That's the truth.
Is that him on the high side?
Gary Krause, and either way, good race as always.
No clutching?
The IROC guys put on a good show. I will say these races that go green to checker without any issues, that's great. It shows the talent.
Holy shit, he's clutching.
Race, but I'll be honest, it does make for a difficult race to call, especially when everybody gets spread apart. Luckily, these top 2 only a couple of tenths.
He pit it 1 lap early. He's got to make up a lap.
Not some lap traffic.
No wonder.
All clear, all clear. You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 9.7
Got Mike
seconds.
McDonald and Rick Kelly. They're battling for position, though. They're not going to be super focused on letting these leaders get by. They're trying to fight for their own positions. McDonald goes up the racetrack, though, makes it relatively easy, at least for Aaron Smith. We'll see how this plays out.
Is that,
worst possible.
I think they're racing right now. Can't tell which car's which.
I don't know if Hopp had already lifted.
Is that a lap car in between them?
out front. Aaron Smith coming to 10 laps to go. He's got a bit of an advantage now over the 4 of Hop. It's almost 4 tenths. Aaron Smith only a half tenth quicker the last lap. This time by, is it any better? Still about the same. A 31.40.
Jaden must have done wore his tire out trying to.
Smith now closing in on Rick Kelly and the 5 of Trevor Quick. These drivers about to go a lap down, but battling for position.
He's back to 2 tenths on him.
Smith goes way up the racetrack.
Is that Aaron on the top side? Yeah, that's Aaron on the top side.
In the run. Remember that run in the midsection of the race where Aaron Smith decided.
Top side ain't fast right now, is it?
Top side. 30 degrees sideways just about every corner. Might have to revert to that again just to get around some of this lap traffic because Jaden Hop is closed back in.
They in traffic though.
Deficit just about in half. It's Aaron Smith still trying to find a way.
Oh, I see now. I've got this dirty air in front of me. That changes it. That makes it drive horrible. So yeah, whoever the leader is has a huge advantage. No wonder Aaron was struggling. I would have been too. Oh, they about wrecked. That's for position too.
Yeah.
I guess I can't get up there and interrupt it, so I just got to watch this.
Taking a look once again, running out of time though. It's going to be 7 laps to go this time by. Jaden Hop is there. 10th and a half off the back bumper of Aaron Smith as he come out of turn number 4. Back to the stripe. 7 laps to go.
Oh, Brandon would be so pissed off.
So, again, a little.
Somebody wrecking.
Alongside.
Why is the caution not out?
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single
Less than
file.
a 10.
Pit road is closed.
Oh, we got.
I don't get my lap back, but
Trevor Quick up into turn 3.
got an opportunity for another caution.
And we do.
Lucky dog and a Hail Mary.
The 5 of Trevor Quick. Might have been battling with Rick Kelly and maybe some.
So what you're telling me is there's still a chance.
For the first time for cause.
Pace car on the back stretch.
Well, this changes everything.
Who do you got to bribe in the pits to get an extra set of tires?
Well, let's get a look at it, see what happened here to the 5. We caught the tail end of it. It took a little while for the yellow to come out because he seemed to be okay, but he bounces off.
And a bigger fuel line.
So this is down the Nellis straightaway into turn number 3. The
1 in a million.
Josh Funkhauser. I think he's going to dive to the bottom, or is Kelly coming up? Oh, Kelly comes up. I don't know the intent there for changing lanes, but he certainly gets into the left rear of Trevor.
No, you good. I ran out of fuel and then just focused on you too much and sped.
Pretty big impact there.
Not your fault, my fault.
Shoots the 5 back up the racetrack into the banking. He had her locked down pretty hard, but unfortunately still slides up in front of traffic, and that's what triggers the yellow flag. I think this is their first pass around pit lane, and I don't think anybody took the opportunity. Don't think anybody saved
that damn yellow car out of here.
About that being an option, and a lot of those drivers.
The hell you doing passing on the right? That's illegal.
Throwing caution to the wind, I guess you could say, since we weren't getting any cautions in this race. At least that's how it was seemingly going.
This is Texas. Is this? No, this ain't Texas. Where are we at? Las Vegas.
It's an old shootout.
This is Nevada.
Oh, hell. I'll follow the pace car in. Now we're talking.
No, Lindsay says, oh wow, my heart rate was lower yesterday, and that was high.
I am admin. I could just give me a wave around.
Nothing against Aaron Smith, but I'd love to see the 4 finally get that win this season. Kid's got the talent.
Is it possible I can go in and get... No. Let's see here. We go 2 to green.
5 to go at the line. This is less than optimal.
Anybody on fresh tires?
2 to 18.
Yep. Let the 88 car by. He had the position when the yellow flag came out. Left
No, I'm not.
81.
Everybody in front of me's got a pit for me to get a free lap back. But even if a caution comes out early here, does the lucky dog happen on green, white, checkers? I don't know. I guess it does. How many people's behind me? Just 2, and I got 3 in front of me I got to race for lucky dog. That's the 22,
Press here.
16, so that blue, yellow,
Lindsay says, I love them both. This is tough. Both great drivers.
and who? 31 purple. Blue, yellow, and purple.
The 4 for the win.
I got to get in front of that purple car
Says this
in 2 laps
I guess the question is, again, they're going to restart here on
with
pretty much
dirt nasty
the oldest
tires.
they can even think about in this race. They don't have any sets left over the wall, I don't believe. I think they would have taken them at this point. But the question is going to be,
And I got to start on the inside.
without making a mistake, who can fire off without
Outside.
tires?
All right, man.
Correction.
Slide up on the outside
lane.
now. Left
He's
up
hammering the
55,
throttle, trying to get those
car
rear
by.
tires
He has
warm
position when
and
the yellow
clean.
flag came out.
You got to let another one by?
And he was smart too. He was
Well, hell, now I got to get around that one too.
He's likely
So,
to fire
blue,
off
purple.
this time by.
No way, he's going up there. Okay.
I don't know how much of an effect that truly has.
That yellow and purple one. I got to get around them yellow and purple ones.
World, it's a very practical.
Find the orange ones and then hang.
You know exactly about where you're going to fire. Obviously, you're not telling your competition where you're going to fire from, but it's like drag racing almost. You do a burnout, gets heat in the tires, gets them cleaned off, but it also puts a little bit
Better believe it, I'm going to send it too.
surface itself. In this case,
I'm already in
be
second gear.
clearing off a little bit of tire debris that could be in the racing lane that you're going to restart from. We've seen some guys, even
Need
if
to save a little fuel.
some tracks, maybe opt for the low lane because
I got to get in front of them. Get the lucky dog.
necessarily be the preferred place, but maybe
And
there's.
then, do I have enough fuel for green, white, checkered?
Each track is different, of course, but Aaron Smith not taking any
Get ready.
chances here, making sure those tires were cleaned off. Hopefully, we don't have anybody spin the tires here. You know, cautions breed cautions, and we've got these cars all bunched
They
back
started
up here, getting ready for a restart. Once again,
Green flag, green flag.
Oh my God, go, dude.
The leader just did a 31.
This car makes the hard left down pit road.
Inside, 3 wide, you're in the middle. 2 laps to go. Hold your line.
flag back in the air.
Hold your line.
2 laps to
Clear.
go.
2 wide. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Outside. You're 2 wide there. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Hold your line.
William Tyndall getting to the outside of Jaden Hopp
Hold
for a
your
brief
line.
moment through
Got
1
one
and 2.
outside.
Aaron Smith
2 wide
gets
there.
out to about a
Go
quarter
there.
second advantage.
Hold your
Off
line.
turn number 2. Tyndall with a big run. Gets look to the inside.
Clear high.
That purple car.
Brendan
All right,
Mefford
man. White
down
flag
alongside
at the
Jaden Hopp. Into
That don't matter now, it's white.
Got
for
about
the
5
second
laps.
position. Jaden's not going to be able to track down Aaron
I
Smith.
could have turned that purple car though if I wanted to. He didn't give me nothing.
Flag in the air. Final lap for Aaron Smith. The battle continues here for the second spot. Finally clear is the
Yeah. I ain't gonna spend nobody in
build a run on a turn.
12th place though. Get an EOL next week.
A quarter a second between Aaron Smith and Jaden Hopp. Into turns 3 and 4.
Who won? Aaron won.
For the 70. And for the 11th time this season, checkered flag waves for Aaron.
That start was horrendous though. I gotta go back and look at that.
Jaden Hopp, a bridesmaid once again. Third place finisher goes to the 83 of Brandon Mepps.
I ain't spinning nobody.
Yeah, good one.
Aaron Smith, your race winner here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 11 wins now on the season.
Where was that at?
For
Yeah,
the
what in the
70 of
world
Aaron
happened
Smith.
here?
This guy is just untouched.
Because the leaders went. I had my eyes on the leader. I didn't even look at this guy in front of me, but until it was way too late. Good thing I didn't spin him. But where are we at here? Well, I went too early. And then the orange car. So I hit the 16. Who is that? Michael. So I messed him up. So really, I screwed myself there. I went way too early. Hit him, messed him up.
Here in the IROC Challenge.
Orange car messed up on his own.
We're going to jump out and get our final break out of the way.
I ain't got nowhere to go. I thought about 4 wide.
Folks, we'll be right back.
I met Marco Scarza when we...
That 31 knew I was going to go low, and boy, did I go low.
We needed sponsors to help us raise money.
We were 4 wide, no wonder.
Just wanted to jump in. I
thought maybe we were. So I backed out.
Trust, and he is just a genuine...
Let's go back here and watch this from this angle.
Generous.
What did Matthew Kopp see?
Concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much...
Oh, man.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Even though it didn't work, it was pretty fun. Because I just thought the 31 was going to come up naturally, but man, I guess he was mirror driving and knew that I had to exit. I should have went to the right. Still would have been 4 wide. The 81, I came up and scared him. Sorry, Joshua. I was in control, it just didn't look like it. And then I think that was a white flag, so maybe this next one. No, this. Oh well, let's go look at that horrible pin entry. See what it looked like from Aaron's view. Jaden, hold on. Tap him on. No, this ain't right. See, I knew I was out of fuel, and I clutched early. And then I knew Aaron was pitting. So then I think about right here, I clutched. I was like, oh yeah, I get to block Aaron a little bit. So I was looking to see if he's going high or low. And then I looked and saw it was high.
Custom racewear, apparel needs.
And I was like,
and home to iRace.
Right here, I started watching them and trying not to wreck.
Racewear.com.
So Aaron didn't see me. Well, he almost wrecked though.
Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport,
he entered at
full service in-house brokerage, drop lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto.
Damn, he did it perfect. 51.
In St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana.
And my dumb ass back here is on 55 and
sponsor of the
still accelerating.
Kyle Steffens, UMP modified in Silver Crown driver, and Cordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws late model. Visit us at Spartan-Logistics.
Yeah, see,
find us on Facebook.
I even hit the throttle. I wonder if I thought the speed limit was 55 because I looked up and saw 52 and then throttled it back up to 55.
Challenge series.
I bet that's what happened. For some reason, at that split moment, split second decision, I thought it was 55.
Checkered flag for
because I slowed down and I was like, shit, I'm too slow. Hit the throttle.
Number 70 up into the broadcast booth and get a word.
That's probably what I did.
Our race winner, Aaron.
Then I hit the brake, get back below 50. Too late at that point.
Yeah, I've got you.
Well, it's seemingly becoming a routine thing between you and I here, interviewing you.
I think in that split second decision
on the season,
when he was like that,
by Brian McCann here tonight,
I thought maybe I could gain a little bit because we were side by side at that point. Of course, I was speeding, so it didn't matter.
Brian, if you guys were,
but I was like, oh boy, we're side by side.
Yeah, I feel like I did, but it would have taken a bit of an advantage for me to really get that like jump on him. That's why I threw it to the inside so
I
hard.
think I'm
there coming into the
overanalyzing
pits,
it now.
but I didn't realize he was running out of fuel there. So it's a
No,
shame
we're not
that,
side to
I
side.
played a little bit of a factor in getting him that speeding.
So it's
penalty,
probably, I
but,
thought it was 55, and that was
made things
it.
a little easier. Jaden made things pretty difficult there at the end too, but I don't expect anything less.
So with that pit stop, though, I want to ask.
Rookie
it
mistake.
Almost seemed like a very late decision.
All
on
right,
your
I'm
part.
out.
Was that a bit of an audible on your end there as McCann made his pit stop? Or
Well, let me listen to what Aaron says.
Anyway?
Yeah, I was planning on it anyway. I had about half a lap of fuel left leading into the pit, so I wouldn't have been able to make it on enough.
He had half a lap. I
To
didn't.
see if he would leave me enough space on the outside for me to chuck it there, make it through the cones. But fortunately, there was enough room. But unfortunately, it kind of changed the outcome of the race. So that was unfortunate, but it was a fun race up until then.
Well, that's why we run these things. You can't predict a victor until that checkered flag actually waves. And you take it here once again, Aaron. Congratulations on the race win. The 11th of the season here at Las Vegas Motor.
11th.
Next week we go to
We just keep handing it to him.
Daytona International Speedway.
Every single week.
We've seen you be fast at. What are your feelings about, I guess you could call it restrictor plate racing with this old Gen 4 car next week at Daytona?
Daytona.
I did pretty well there last time, so hopefully it'll play out the same way. Maybe I'll be the only one coming out of turn 4 there at the end, and maybe I'll talk to you again.
All-Star Race fan vote.
Congratulations once again, man.
New Hampshire.
As always, I'd like to thank all the folks at the IROC Challenge for putting this show on, and all the lap cars for wrecking to the inside, not the outside where I was there at the end. And I'd like to thank all the folks for watching.
Oh, I didn't see that. What happened at the end?
Next week, hopefully I'll be able to take home another win.
All right, Aaron. Thanks for talking to us, man. Good luck next week.
All right, thank you.
Aaron Smith, your race winner here from Vegas. We're going to pull Jaden Hopp, the number 4, up into the broadcast booth for another runner-up victory, a runner-up interview. Once again, Jaden, it's Steve with HBR TV. You got a solid copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Jaden, I feel like this is becoming a bad habit. Runner-up finish here behind Aaron Smith once again. An awesome run. You made him work for it. That seems to be the conversation every time we...
What lap cars was he? Oh, he was talking about the wreck.
By any means, but once again, a bridesmaid here.
That calls that caution.
About your race, was there anything you could have done to pass Aaron there in the last couple of laps?
I think I needed the lap cars a little bit more. He was just a touch faster than me, so those lap cars were a big help. Didn't really want them back.
Oh, yeah, they were in lap traffic racing.
Yeah, with that late caution coming out, it seemed like you were starting to close the ground on Aaron Smith. We'll just have to wonder what would have been. But let's go back to that final.
They even got too wide.
That caution coming late. It seemed that the 62 of Tyndall got to your inside there. A bit of a battle for a little while. It didn't take too long before you got clear. But how badly did that hurt you in your efforts to try and catch and then pass the 70?
I'd say it hurt maybe a little bit, along with the tire spin on the restart, but I don't think I would have got to him anyway, because, the patrol car is, so powerful, because, you can get the jump and just run away with it, so I don't think I would have caught him anyway.
Well, nonetheless, a second place finish, certainly nothing to be too disappointed
31 and came up and hit him.
Bush, he certainly doesn't like it, but still a strong run. You've certainly shown your worth here in this series. It's good to see it. There's still a couple more races left. Speaking of which, next week you're out at Daytona International Speedway. The great equalizer, as we said to Aaron early in his interview. How do you feel about
Look at the steering wheel, but I think he just pulled over and hit him.
Some partners to make that one work.
I'd say I feel decently confident. I'm pretty good on the restrictor plate tracks, as long as I, don't get wrecked. So, I don't know. Just hope for another decent day.
Taking care of the car is key. Once again, Jaden,
look at that.
Congratulations on a runner-up finish here.
Come up half a track to get him.
Before we let you go.
I'd like to shout out you guys for putting on the broadcast each week.
Were they mad at each other?
My family, mom, grandma, uncles for watching each week too.
All right, Jaden. Well, thanks for talking to us, man. Wish you the best of luck.
I don't know. That's weird.
On the beach.
Thank you.
Jaden Hopp, your runner-up here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Next, we're going to talk to Brandon Mefford, the driver of the number 83. IROC veteran here. Let's see what he has to say about his third-place finish. Brandon Mefford, it's Steve with HBR TV. You got us?
I got you, Steve.
Brandon, congratulations, man. A solid run here tonight. It was fun watching you guys battle it out throughout the course of this race. You come home with the third-place finish. Started fourth. Walk us through your race. Was there anything you had for Aaron Smith or Jaden Hopp? It seemed like you had some pace there early on.
Yeah, the guys are really good at saving fuel and still being fast. So I hadn't get that figured out very well, so I could run with them early on. But as I went on, while we're trying to save fuel, that first stint, they just pulled away. And then, the green flag stops. Those guys really hit their pit stops. They're really good off of pit road. Probably had one of my best pit stops in this car ever, and that guy still pulled me by 2 or 3 seconds. So, again, they're just really good. I think Brian would have been right up there with him had he not had his troubles. But I just, again, try to stay out of trouble, try to save them tires and have something for them there at the end. That last run, I was hoping for that caution late like we got. I was starting to save some tires there that last run for a go at them. And I'll be honest, I think I had a car to get it done, but we didn't have enough laps. And starting on the outside there, having to battle the 62, it really killed my efforts there.
Well, certainly a strong run. Nevertheless, again, it's a top 3 finish. A little bit of momentum carried into Daytona Beach next week's going to be restrictor plate racing. How do you feel about your chances out there next week down in Florida? Is it a matter of just survival, or do you got a good shot at this next week?
Man, I'll tell you what, I don't even know what to do on super speedways. I try to race up front. We get wrecked. Stay out back. We still end up in a mess. So I don't know what the secret is. I guess we'll just go out, to push, or someone to help push us to the front there.
Certainly all you can do, Brandon. Again, congratulations. A solid run here tonight at Vegas. We wish you the best of luck next week. Who do you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, Steve, I'd like to thank you for the broadcast. Spartan Transportation, 5-Star Graphics, R&R Racewear, all the guys over here at the IROC League. They do a great job. Put on another great show. So thanks to all the drivers. Thanks to everybody that helps put this together. Thanks to my charity motorsports teammates. I think it was just me and Matt in there tonight. Matt had a decent run going. He's growing a lot, and I'm proud of him for that. So, and then thanks to my family for allowing me to take time in the evenings to do this, and let me have some fun and get away from real life. So that's about it.
That's all you can do, Brandon. Again, nice run tonight. Thanks for talking to us. Good luck next week.
See you, Steve.
It's Brandon Mefford, your third place finisher here at Las Vegas Motor